Hi everyone, good morning. That was a rough start. Cheers with my maybe mildly warm coffee. It's been sitting there for the last 15 minutes while I've been trying to recycle the router and get the internet connected. So, a bit hard to do a stream without internet. Hi everyone, it's been a minute. I can't remember how many weeks I didn't stream. Was it 2 or 3? I don't know. But, yeah. Wow. Rough morning. Okay, so, welcome back. Who was it just commented? Was it Sean? That how clean my carpet is. It's only been clean for a few days, but it's been clean. It's, you know, some weeks it's clean, some weeks it's not. Hey Yomo Prime, it's nice to be back. It is. My sleep cycle isn't enjoying it, but yes, it's nice to be back. Glad to be streaming again. Hopefully this won't be just a one-off. I'll get back into the groove of streaming. What looks great in my carpet. It's actually, visually it looks okay. They're just those tiles, carpet tiles. They were here when I moved in. And, yeah, very hard to keep clean. Very hard to find electronic components on when they fall. I did the funniest thing 2 days ago. I had so all of my, I'm sure you've all seen in photos, up on my shelf above me here is lots of those component racks that have, you know, these, let's hang it out, that have, you know, these drawers in them. So that's 0402 2K resistors in there. So these are all my prototyping parts. And so I've got one of these that has some diodes in it, some NBR 120 or NBR 130 diodes in it. So it's black tape rolled up, and then there's stacks of loose ones in there. Sometimes it's easier for me to just put, you know, 20 or 30 loose ones in there and grab them with tweezers when I'm assembling something rather than pulling tape out and, you know. And so I had them in my hand. I forgot that I was holding them. I was standing over here. I forgot that I was holding them. I had other things in my hand as well. I meant to, like, I'd picked them up to put them away, and then everything else that was in my hands was going to go downstairs. And I forgot they were in my hand, and I leaned over to get something, and I tipped them. And I tipped about 40 diodes all over my carpet. Now, my carpet's kind of almost black, like a really dark charcoal, not quite black, pretty much the component color. And the little flecks in the carpet are almost the color of the pins on, you know, the edges of the diodes. And so I spent about 45 minutes on my hands and knees, had a couple of diodes stuck in my knees by the time I'd finished, trying to find all the diodes on the carpet. And without moving them or pushing them, like I didn't want to like rub them into the carpet because then they'd have to chuck them, and put them all back in the container. That was pure stupidity by me. Like, you know, it's like having a bucket of water and forgetting you're holding a bucket of water and leaning over to get something. Like, what do you think's going to happen? Anyway, they were a perfect match for the color combination of my carpet. Perfect. It was like military grade camouflage. So yeah, there you go. There was only 2 of them that went in my knees, like, as in I kneeled down, and I really couldn't see them. Like, it got to the point where I had to rub my hand on the carpet to kind of feel them. They were like really, really well camouflaged. Anyway, stuck my knee down on a couple of them. It's okay. That's fine. Didn't break skin. No blood. You torch my phone, and I do that when I drop. So always in front of me, there's like all these containers of, like, these are all nylon. They're screws. They're M 2.5 by 5, and then I've got standoffs and stuff. Like, I'm always assembling stuff. I've got 2.5 by 8s and by 12s and whatever, all in front of me, like easy reach when I'm assembling things. So when these fall on the carpet, I need to shine my torch on them because you get the reflection on them and you can see them. Because when they fall, they always fall down and under the desk, and so I can't see them. I should have floorboards in here. It would just be so much easier. I spend a lot of my week, every week, trying to find the parts I dropped on the floor. So, yeah. The only two that I know of that were stuck in my knee. No, I'm pretty sure I got them all. My knee is not good camouflage.
Krazaboy, formerly Abdefg, says only 26,108,311 seconds until Christmas.
Only? Hey, crazy boy. Only 26 million? That's an incomprehensible number. I bought an oscilloscope. Yumbo Prime got an oscilloscope. Yay! Okay, I'm gonna go back and say hi to folks. I'm forgotten how to do this. So Antonio, hello. Yumbo Prime, hi. Andy Mouse, hello. Squeak, oink oink from Mr. England. Adam Bryant, hello. Graham Nobes, hello Graham. Now it's the journey, not the destination. Maybe.
Hal 9000 says inconceivable.
Inconceivable. Fat Boy Aviation, hello. Fat Boys Aviation, I should say. Joe 42, hello. Michael, good morning. You're up early. Sean, hi. Dutch Taurus, hello. Johnny, hello Johnny. Guten Halt. Is that how you say that? I don't know. Bad with languages, including English. David Dessa, hi. Tishipu, quack. Nice. Craig, hello Craig. Scrollies. Going backwards now. Peter Homan, good morning. And Crazy Boy, formerly Ebsidy. Okay, I think I got everyone who's chatted. Hoytek. Is that how you say it? Hoytek? Okay. I don't know. So, I've got a little bit of news, just updates on stuff. When I say news, I will go into the why I haven't streamed for the last little while and what's been going on. I'll get into that. I will. But before I do that, there's a couple of things I want to talk about. So,
Super Chat!
Payment for the damage to the earlobes. As you're damaging my earlobes. No, thank you. Thanks very much for that. Much appreciated. Does it come up on the logo? It did. Except, why is the logo funny colour? Let me see if I can fix the logo funny colour. What's going on? Why is the logo gone? Is it better? It's a little bit better with the colour of the logo, I think. It's on a weird angle. I think my camera's skewed. The one on my ceiling might have skewed. Okay, anyway, that's a little bit better. It's the wall grey light because I got all my lights on. There's no point looking at it moving, or if it moves. The car with the lights off. Anyway, okay, I'm distracted. So that's a Whopper with a number 5 on it. So I released some more Whoppers. I've been out of stock Whoppers for a little while yesterday. I've been for a little while. Wow. Okay. But yesterday, the last couple of days, I made a large batch actually. I made 30 Whoppers, which is the most Whoppers I've made in any one hit. Because it's all painful to kind of make them, get them ready, kit them up, you know, all the little parts in bags, whatever. So it's not my most enjoyable thing I ever do. So I made a bunch of them at once just to get over and done with. But what I did was, and of course I've now lost the page, is for the first time ever, let me just go to, no, that's not the one I wanted. That'll do. For the first time ever, oh, we'll get to that one, is I pre-assembled a whole bunch of them, as in, not the through hole, but the surface mount stuff. So, one more. So, No, I didn't do this on the pick and place machine because I have none of these parts loaded on the pick and place machine. But I did a limited run of them that have got the, probably can't even see, there's the surface mount parts are already on there. So the resistors and the diodes and the ICs. So for those, because it's always been a point of contention with people who wanted to build the kit, but didn't have the skills to do the surface mount, or didn't, or just intimidated by doing the surface mount stuff. I mean, all the parts on here are 0805, but they're still, you know, if you don't have any experience doing a surface mount, I get it. And I never really had a way of providing parts pre-done, but I made one. I found one. I spent a bit of time on that yesterday, and so I released a bunch of them. Although interestingly, I think I've sold half of them. Although was it? I've sold a few of the pre-assembled ones. Anyway, so that's pretty cool. Like that's something that I'd never really planned to do, but I did. But I finally finished this. Wait, that's not it. I finally finished and released these. My Pogo Yo. Does everyone remember my Pogo Yo? I don't have one up here. They're all packed downstairs. Oh, actually, no. This is no. Okay, I've got this one. So I finally solved the. Do you remember a stream ages ago? Some of you might remember, some might not. That I was trying to work on the clamping thing. Let's go here. I don't have my down camera right now because it's looking at the ground for the car. But I was trying to solve this system here for holding it in and how to clamp it down. Anyway, I did. I redid it all, and it's screwed together. So there are embedded nuts on the back, and it's screwed down, and this is on a lever which is screwed in from the side, and it clips in like this, like that, clips down, and then just with your thumb you can just unclip it. So, and with the Pogos, and it comes pre-assembled with all the Pogos. So I have been soldering everyone's Pogos on for them, which, you know, yeah, wasn't, well, it was okay. I ended up, let's just say I melted a lot of plastic. So I had to CNC a jig to do it. And I tried doing it in plastic. I tried doing it in some 3D printed ABS that I'd pre-done so I could make lots of them. I tried doing it in bought ABS, like, you know, sheets of ABS, and it just, no matter what I did, it kept melting the plastic. But I ended up on this. So this is a chunk of the very first thing I CNC'd on the machine. I ended up, as you can see here, maybe, there we go, with the light, get the light right, maybe, you can kind of see here, there's, God, how do we, there we go. There's a bunch of little holes. These are all 1.1 millimeter thick holes. So I built a jig on this. I actually did it here first on the corner, thinking that'd be clever. And then, of course, with this big thing here, how do I can't lay the PCB on it. So I did another one up here. My original thought was that I could make lots of little jigs and I could just ship a jig and people could solder their own pins on. But that takes quite a long time to drill that properly. And so I just made one and I've just been soldering them one for people. Wow. So I finally got that out for people that are playing with the OMG S3 and wanted a Pogo version to flash it and whatever. Anyway, that was and that's all I've done in 3 weeks. No, not really. Korean, yes, it is. Well, that's that bit that we started with. Although I still haven't found anywhere I can get some. Peter, I've asked a few people, asked a few of the builders and stuff around here, and most of them don't work with it anymore, and they're not quite sure where to get it from. other than to go and ask for scrap pieces from somewhere. But anyway, none of them have, and none of them know. Okay, so before we get into the car stuff, which, by the way, I've only done about 3 minutes of work on since the last stream I did with the car. Just being honest, right? Oh, here we go. Look at that. It's a container of all the bits, including, as you can see on the bottom, PCBs for Pogo-Yos. There you go, that's a PCB without the Pogos put on, but pre-assembled. And there's lots of bits and pieces. Yay. Anyway, so what's been going on with me? Why did I not stream for the last 3 weeks? Well, I've been pretty unwell. Some of you might recall, I spoke on a stream quite a while ago. My doctor was playing with my meds a bit, and we tried. So this is like 3 months ago, and it didn't work, backfired. Had a bad reaction to what they were doing, so stopped, and then we tried another one, and went bad, stopped, and I took a break for a while. And about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago now, we tried again, and this time it was better, but over time, over a couple of weeks, it as the meds were building up in my system, it completely screwed my ability to stay awake. It wasn't quite narcolepsy, like I wasn't like sitting at my desk and suddenly I was asleep, but it got to the point where I couldn't even really drive, and I would be going home at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and going to bed and sleeping because I couldn't stay awake, because whatever the drugs were doing in my system, I was just sleeping zombie, and so stopped on them. But they take time to wean on and they take time to wean off, and it was getting really frustrating. So during my weaning off, I just stopped and went cold turkey, which you're not supposed to do, and suffered some pretty bad side effects from that. And probably yesterday was the first day that I managed to do a whole day at work in the last almost 4 weeks. So, yeah, not enjoyable. That was the third attempt. Not sure there's going to be a fourth. So, yeah, anyway, that's kind of what's been going on. I just, been getting the bare minimum done of keeping this place going, getting orders out, making stuff when I had to, and then a lot of sleeping, but not sleeping where you wake up feel refreshed, sleeping when you wake up feeling tired, because it's not real tiredness, it's chemical induced tiredness. So yeah, I'm starting to feel better. Still not sleeping through the night properly. Oh yeah, and the downside was I'd be tired all the time and be needing to sleep during the day pretty much every day, but couldn't sleep during the night time. So yeah, it was a mess. It really was a mess. I almost streamed last week, but ended up actually not even getting to work that day until about 3 o'clock in the afternoon because I couldn't function. So yeah, anyway, I'm feeling a bit better. Yesterday I did my first full day in quite a while, and I thought to myself, you know what, I'm going to stream today. I'm going to do it. Plus I felt like I just should explain to everyone what's been going on. My doctor's quite perplexed. There's just something that my body, my something doesn't like with these types of drugs, or these types of medication, and they don't know why. And so each time they're trying something, it's something different, right? There's lots of different things to try within this range of stuff, but all the main ones, nope. I go, oh, it's Sion's body, let's stuff him up. Yes. Anyway, Hey, Hubba Barrel. I'm doing better now. Give myself a rocket up. Yeah, it's. Well, the solution is to not. Is just to stay on the meds I'm on and not play and augment and do what we're doing. So there was a purpose to do it. Like they were trying to help me with my. So like my burnout, like I spoke about a long time ago. It's not burnout. It's like burnout, but it's more like it's there's a level of depression and other stuff happening. It's a much bigger problem than just straight up burnout, right? The symptoms obviously are similar to burnout, but it was determined that it wasn't going to go away by itself. And so it wasn't something where I could just take some time off and rest and everything would be fine. And so they were trying to treat it with medication, and it did not work. My body's been, reacting in an unexpected fashion, or maybe expected for me, but unexpected for them. They really couldn't work it out. Docs gave me new meds, which gave acute sunburn in January sunshine. What? Really? That's not good. I assume you're off them now? So the problem with the meds that they've been giving me, or that tries, they're meds you got to wean on, and they've all got side effects, right? But the side effects are supposed to drop off over time, and then the meds are supposed to start working, right? So you don't know if they're going to work or not for maybe 4 to 6 weeks, and the side effects can last anywhere from 2 weeks to 6 weeks. Well, let me just say that the side effects were bad, and the upside was 0. And I just couldn't do it. The sunburn thing happened to your mum in the UK? Yes, because we're upside down. Alex, hey Alex. Yeah, it's we don't take our tablets orally either. We take them up the no. Anyway, nope, because we're upside down. No, others running. Off meds after 2 weeks, the sunburn faded. Yeah, it's just I don't know. Weird meds reacting weird ways with people. So anyway, that's what was going on. So I'm feeling better, but obviously I'm back to not having a solution for the for what the meds were supposed to solve, right? So, but right now I'd rather that than what I've gone through 3 times in a row. The second time was quick. The second time, the meds like literally knocked me out in like 7 minutes, and I slept for 13 hours, and I couldn't function for 2 days. Like literally couldn't, on one tablet. I didn't even take the tablet the second day. I took one tablet, and it was only a half a dose, because you got to wean on, and literally it says on the thing that it might make you drowsy within an hour or so. So don't take it in the morning, take it in the evening, and it'll make you drowsy in an hour or so. And literally, I almost didn't walk to the bedroom in time, and it knocked me out. And 3 days or 2.5 days, I was like, I could not function. Like I couldn't focus. I couldn't even look at a computer screen. Like I literally on one tablet. So obviously I stopped that one straight away. That was the second time we tried. Anyway, okay, enough about that. I'm here, I'm back. I feel terrible that I've done nothing with this car. Nothing at all with it hasn't even got a name. Well, it's not true. After the last stream, okay, let me see. Do I have that's sideways. That's upside down. Wow. Okay, let me see. I'm trying to get my desktop's not set up, obviously, because the lack of internet was a thing I had to deal with. Okay, I did a little bit more work on the code base. Okay, that's upside down. That's a bit annoying. Let me just fix the rotation of that. Whoop, look at that. Real time. Yeah. And lock. Okay. A bit of black on the side. Whatever. So I did do a little bit more work. I've got it back to being able to I think it can drive forward. It can't drive backwards at the moment. And I can make it turn, as in on the spot. And I started consolidating all the different versions of the firmware. Does everyone remember the story with the firmware? What happened? I don't know if I really want to go through it again. Do you have to cut down on the coffee? I was not drinking coffee at all. Or actually, no, I was drinking, like to try to stay awake, I was drinking coffee, like in the morning. But coffee's never affected me like it does other people. Like I've always been able to have like a proper, like I could go get a full-on triple shot latte from a cafe at 10 o'clock at night and then go to sleep. Caffeine has never kept me awake. Although maybe it is now, I don't know. But I generally have a coffee in the morning, not in the evening. So the car was, well, that's right, Evan's upside down. The car was the right orientation, kind of, sort of. I don't know if they'll find a solution, Dutch Taurus, because I don't know if I want to go through this again. Like, it was bad. Like, yeah. It's just nothing worse than not being able to function, not being able to do stuff. And, like your body refusing to do stuff. Anyway. So, I'm going to see if I can do the super quick summary. I've got two versions of the controller software, like two different repros of the controller software, and inside each one is a hodgepodge of various things that some work and some don't, because I was trying to get to the inverse kinematic version of how to control the car, and I couldn't get that working, although I had an idea last night, but I'm not going to do it today because it was just an idea, and it's a whole third version, which I'm not going to do. So I went back to my original controller version, and I've been trying to remember all the different, because I got something working, then I added something else, and I tried a different thing, then I tried a different thing, and then a different thing, and then I moved to a new code base, and I left it in a weird state. So I'm trying to get that back into just a working state where we can use MQTT to send it a thing and make it move. But it occurred to me when I was, after the whatever stream it was last time, that it doesn't have the ability to chain movements, and that's a problem, and it needs to be able to chain movements, otherwise it's useless. If all it could ever do is do one movement and go somewhere once and that's it, kind of pointless, right? Well, unless you manually give it a command each time, but you can't give it a command while it's already moving and then have it use that command when it's finished. So I started playing with that, or when I say started playing with it, as in I've wait, where'd I put it? Wait, what the? Just bear with me a second while is this not synced? I seem to be missing a chunk of code. Oh no. Okay. This is weird. Just hold on a moment. Let me... I don't know if this is going to work. Let me see if I can get to my machine at home. Hey, Mad Techie. Standard. Okay, I'm just logging into my machine at home. I'm convinced that something didn't sync. I'm not going to show you my screen of what I'm doing here because that's obviously, yeah, you don't want to see my machine at home. File, recent project. What is this? Yeah, something did not sync. Wheel, car, command. Okay. Possibly might know what this is. Just bear with me a second. Open folder. So somehow this has been stomped or something. That shouldn't be in there. Okay, weird. Okay, well, I think we can. I found the project. Something weird has happened. Okay, let's go to this one. Let's close that one. I don't know what's going on. I'll be honest with you. But as I said, it's been 3 weeks since I've looked at this. So this is not in GitHub, but it's in Dropbox. And I did have a problem with Dropbox on my machine at home at one point. And I think something has happened, but this is the right version now. So okay, let me just make this bigger so you can see. Just blame who would have blame NPN? No, it was yeah, developer. It was panic because I knew this was. I knew I'd started on this, but I was also missing this car and wheel stuff from it. Anyway, I don't know. This looks like the right thing. After the stream, I'm going to work out what went on and just make one version and stick it in a private repo. Eventually, it'll be in a public repo. The whole point is to release this code in some form, because I've got these controllers ready to sell, to put them on my store. I've got people waiting for them. They're people on the wait list, but I don't want to ship them until I've got at least some basic code that works. Like a basic library. But yeah, okay. Anyway, so what I was thinking of doing was having a command, like a list. Did I put them in a list? Or did I put them in a vector? Yeah. Don't know why I didn't put them in a queue. Wheel rotation offsets. Anyway, I've got for the moment it's in a vector. There's something on my roof, maybe a bird. And so the idea was that commands could get issued and added to this command list, and a command would have a movement vector, which I don't even know why it needs to be. I've got a vector 2D class, and then and a maximum speed. And so you could, so for instance, if we were going to do the chat controls the car, then like we used to do with the laser, you could put a whole string of things together, you know, move forward 1 meter, rotate 45, move forward, rotate whatever, and it would do that in order. It would parse them into commands and then process them one at a time. But I only just started implementing this and didn't get any further with it yet. But it will like move, although I have a feeling that it won't move backwards at the moment. And I remember you might remember, you might not. I have this thing at home. I'm not allowed to say to Yaz, hey Yaz, you remember when blah, 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 blah? Because she has a really bad memory. So whenever you say to her, remember, it's like saying to the bullet train, just stop for a second, I want to talk to you, right? Yeah, not going to happen. So I'm not allowed to say to her, remember. So whenever I say remember now, I correct myself because I'm not allowed to say remember. Anyway, hey Christian. God, I'm waffling crap today. No, this is I've got the code. I've got it. There was just a sync issue from my machine at home. So I logged in at home and I forced it to sync, and it's now here. It just wasn't here. I converted everything to work with the PWM one way to make it go forward and the other way to go backwards, rather than direction and step. Originally, the first controller boards I made were direction and step. Where are they? I don't know where I put them. But when I remade the controllers, the final version, and the ones that I've put on my store, these ones don't default to direction and step. They default to the PWM. And remember not to say remember. Yeah, I know, it's silly, isn't it? And I added the jumpers on the back. Oh, you might be able to see shoulder jumpers, so you can change it, but it defaults to the PWM mode now. So I was redoing all of that. And I was having problems with LED C right, so I just went back to analog right, which uses all the LED C stuff underneath the hood anyway. I'm pretty sure if I turn the car on, it'll just drive forward 1 meter. Distance. Oh, that's right. No, it won't. -1. That's right. I can't pass it -1. I need to fix all this code up. I don't aim too high. Tesla have already set the full self-drive bar quite low. Yeah, we'll real-time live watch the old stream and I'll rewrite all the code. Hey Matt, how you doing? I'm pretty sure if I turn this... Okay, so you can see the car. So the problem is my chair might be in the way. Let me switch to the bigger view. Okay, so if I turn this on, it might move, but it probably won't, because I can't tell it to go backwards. Yeah. So it waits, it logs in. When the LED goes green, which you can't really see, that's a pain. It's supposed to be moving, but it won't go backwards. So we need to solve that. We need to solve forwards and backwards. Because originally, you just give it a negative distance, right? So if I go move distance, okay, it calculates the total pulses, and so that's going to have to be F absolute right, and then target speed and ramp clear, reset the pulses, and I need to track though if it's forward or backward. Maybe I could call it Melsa. Hey, embedded hobbyist, but not the SS. No, not the no. Do I do? I don't have a way of tracking forward or backward. I guess I need to do that. There's a lot of stuff in here that I don't need anymore. It needs to be cleaned up, and I will. I'll get all that. I will. I promise. At some point. Ball. Direction. Forward direction equals true. And here. Forward direction equals m distance is greater than 0. Okay, so the motors are total pulses, reset the pulse count, total pulses. Now when we're moving, hey Steve, how you doing? Welcome. Welcome to the see I can't remember what any of this code does thing. Hang on, is this, am I using 1 or 2? Yeah, I'm using motor controller 1, good, okay. I don't know if I'm using that. Oh boy, I'm sorry I'm jumping around a little bit. I gotta remember how this works. I tell it to move distance, and here it's going data, well I'm just calling controller update. Okay. Yeah. So I'm calculating that. Where am I setting the pulse counts? I'm resetting them. Reset the motor position. Move distance. Where am I setting? Oh, am I using total pulses? I'm using total pulses. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. And here's where I'm telling it to move. The current speed. And current speed should be... so I'm going to have to pass through... Whoops, was it? Forward direction. You're going to need to know if they're going forward or backward. Okay. All forward. We can still see each other on screen. Oh, right. Sorry, good talking to. Oh, hang on. Speed is going forward or backward there. What? What? What's current speed being set to? Okay, current speed's always going to be a positive. Okay. So that, and so it's going to need to know if it's going forward or backward as well. Is a direction required? Yeah, it's. I should have started again. This is all because I wanted to get the inverse kinematics working. If I wouldn't have started with the inverse kinematics, I had a really good set of stuff, but I wanted inverse kinematics, and that's what wrecked me. And what I did was I didn't do it in a new project. I started it, as you can see here, I've got this kinematics stuff. I started it in my original code base. I should have stopped, duplicated the code base out, started it again in a new one, and I didn't, and it was just fine, never builds again because one library. What? Yeah, in this case I'm not using any libraries. The issue is my own code. Okay, so if I go to update, where's update? Okay, so I'm not using tracking position, I don't think. That sets if the default is reverse of it, but then I need to know I know there's two different duties and whatever. I need to know if it's okay. Speed current is always going to be and okay. So speed current. So first I need to set it if it's supposed to be default, reverse or not, and then I go forward direction. I'm going to then flip it again, except the other way. So first I check if its default is reverse or not, because that depends on, you know, if it's, because one mode is this way and one mode is that way, and then it should do that, maybe. Let's see if this works. I don't know if it will. I should be able to flash it this way. I hope, if it's online. What's it doing? What's it downloading? Arduino lib builder. I don't think ChatGPT is able to explain anything. Okay, let's see if this compiles and if I can upload it. Fingers crossed it'll compile. No. Okay. Oh, I know what that is. That's fine. Move needs pull forward, and then I'm sure there's other places I'm calling move, and it's not going to have that. Yeah, like there. But can I do defaults? Yeah, in here. True. Will that fix that? No. Not move distance, M distance. No, distance M. That's why that didn't work. What else? Oh, 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 oh. Linking. Now, will it find it? Will it find it? No. Okay, so it doesn't think. I should take the antenna off the aerial, off the wheel. It can't find Tanky, so let's find out what IP address it is. It's obviously not coming up as Tanky 2. Why is it not coming up as Tanky 2? Oh, hang on. Oh, wait. I don't think I've got over the air set up. I don't think I've got it turned on. I think I turned it off. Did I turn it off? Did I comment it out? I did. Right. I got rid of the Wi-Fi stuff. Well, that's stupid, Sion. But now I'm going to have to plug it in to flash it. Yeah. Leaving the MQTT stuff off still. Okay, I need USB. I need a long USB. Will this USB reach? On my microphone. It's caught. It's caught. Ah, it's gonna move the car. Just easy to move the car. Okay, plugged it in. I need to go back here and tell it not to be over the air. If I get to my keyboard now. Okay, let's try that. RIP headphone users. Sorry, did that make a loud noise when I touched the microphone? Sorry about that. Okay, we're just gonna have to reflash it to get over the air back up. Or not. Well, now it doesn't like something. Excellent. What did I forget? Oh boy. Why is it not compiling? $2025. Eclipse shouldn't be a thing. What am I missing? This is weird. Okay, now it's working. I didn't do anything. Waiting for upload. Port, there we go. I don't know what just happened then when maybe something was updating in the background in Platform IO. Okay, now let's make sure that I can... Oh! Wow, that was not expected. Yeah. Whoops. Just drove off the desk. Thank God I was sitting here. It just drove off the desk into my lap. Boy, did I just get a freaking heart attack. Let's just make sure that I can flash it now remotely. Oh man, that I just threw my mouse. As I've had no practice with this whole doing a live stream thing, folks. I mean, I should have known better. Okay, let's see if I can flash it. I'm gonna put it on the floor this time. You go over there. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, at least it didn't catch fire. But that's for later. Fire's for later. Wow. Okay. Yep. Over the air's working. That's not very fast though. Why is that struggling? Look at it. Shit, I can move the antenna again. Oh, it's better. Once I move the antenna off the wheel. Okay, so that's gonna start, that's gonna move. It's facing that way. Hopefully it'll move. Okay, it moved forward. That was forward. So I'm gonna how far out can I go? I'm trying to find a place where I can put it that you can see it without my chair being in the way. That went forward, which it shouldn't have, but it moved this time, which is good. So out of curiosity, if I set distance to 1, will it go backwards? Maybe I've got the motors could just be the wrong way around. It's quite possible. So I know forward and backwards because I drew some eyes on it. What can I put on there to make it easier for you to see forward and backward? Wow, and the power switch is right there. I really need to build something for that. Okay, anyway, let's just see if it goes backwards first. Now, so if I'm just going to reflash it. So a negative distance made it go forwards. Let's see if a positive distance makes it go backwards. Why is it not flashing it now? Oh. Why is the internet? Why is it not connected? It thinks it's not connected. Oh. What have I done? Does anyone know? I'm just going to reset it. It's going to make it drive. I'm just going to pick it up. Once it connects, it's going to move, which will be about now. Okay, now I'm going to put it back down. Now see if I can reflash it. Some red or yellow. I don't have any red or yellow tape. I don't have I don't know if you can see this paw ointment. Can everyone see that at the front? Maybe that's the front. Orange flag on a stick. Yeah, I don't have a flag on a stick, guys. So if I can flash it now. The LED is green when it's online. Okay, that's working now. So hopefully this will go backwards. Hopefully, which is this way. This way. You can't even see. Whatever. Okay, go backwards. Come on. Yep. Wow. That shut off pretty fast. Okay, so direction is working. Back and forwards is working. They're just reversed. So, and that max speed is pretty fast. Where can I need another place to put the camera. Make it go shorter distance. And I want to not have to reflash it every time. Yeah, this thing didn't stay on. I'm trying to think what else I can put there that will stay on and not go flying off. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that sticking out the front? I mean, I put a black thing on a black ground, but that might, maybe that'll be, whatever. I want to be able to issue it commands to not have to reflash it every time. But okay, so at least we know that forwards and backwards works. They're just reversed. So I need to, at the place where we set up the motors, true, true, false, false. I'm pretty sure they are here. If we switch these over, oh, it'll now go the correct direction, I believe. So we can make it move, and we can make it, and I'm pretty sure that turning it, just let's just double check that turning still works. Turning might have a problem now because it might turn the wrong direction. If that's the case, I'll need a different solution. So this should turn at 90 degrees. This should turn it that way. This way, 90 degrees. So it should be facing away from me, maybe. And if it does, great. And if it doesn't, then my little hack to switch the direction is no good. Yeah, that's really not. It doesn't like the antenna being under the battery. Okay. Go. And yeah, that didn't work at all. That didn't rotate. That didn't rotate. So what have I broken now? Oh man. Oh, right. So maybe I can't do that. Yeah. I need to make sure it's turning again. You're going to back to work tomorrow? Have you been off work, Shipper? Anyway, good night. Have a good sleep. Okay. So when it's turning, because of the way the Omni wheels, the mechanism wheels work, you have to mess with the rotations of them. So let's see if this turns. If this turns, I need to find a different solution for forward and backward. No, it's not turning. So, I've broken something else. Oh my God, what have I done? Anyone, what have I done? pivot. Okay, turn. Oh, you made a boo-boo. I didn't make, it's not that I made a boo-boo specifically, it's that I just made an absolute mess of all this shit. Set required pulses and direction. Oh. Right, I haven't updated this function. This one's still using step dir. That's why. So moving forward and backwards is using just this update thing, because it's counting pulses. It can just use any wheel to count the number of pulses at the moment, because they're all going the same amount. Hey Dave, how you doing? But this one here is different because each wheel might have a different set of pulses. And this is still using the old way. So I will fix that right now. This should be easy. It's supposed to be going forward. Is this forward or backwards? Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's forward.
Cian, Chad has disconnected.
Okay, now reconnect, please. Judy. 0. Otherwise, 0, 0. Okay, maybe that will make it turn. I just hadn't updated that one. That was still using step and do. Ultimately, the plan is to get both of those into just one function. But for now, okay, so connecting to the internet, connected, nope, that didn't work. Oh boy. Oh, you're getting buffering when I'm uploading? I'm not sure what that is. Sorry. You can remember the internet, there was something wrong this morning. I had no internet. I had to recycle the router a couple of times. So there might be something flaky with my my network at the moment. What speed current being used for here? I don't know. Workstation is wide. My workstation's wide, yes. Okay, let's go back through here. We go to turn, we do this, we set the required pulses. Okay, which does that. Okay, so it wasn't what I thought it was. It wasn't that update pulses. It is something else. So it's in here. Right. So it's this. It'll have to be this. Move current speed. If I get rid of that, just to check. Look how much faster that is now. That's weird. There's something flaky going on with the network here, or something. Okay, will that turn? Please turn. No. Oh boy. Why are they all going forward? Hello, Fabrico. How you doing? Welcome. What is going? I think as they're all being told to move the same. I think it's this. Doing a quick drive-by. No worries. Hello. A wave as you're driving by. It's got to be this here. Because it's already being set. The pulses are already being set. They're being overwritten. So you set required pulses. Pulses left. I've got a funny feeling that Pulses required. Update pulses. It's not calling this function update pulses, and it's supposed to be calling update pulses. So this is just, in the main loop, is just calling update. And that needs to be calling so this is just calling move. And it shouldn't be. This needs to know which one to call. How am I gonna? I need to merge them together, or I need to because this is overriding it, and it's just setting this for every wheel. And it's not supposed to be doing. It's not supposed to be calling move. It's supposed to be doing each individual wheel. Oh my! What am I going to do? I solved this in a different set of code. I don't want to be tracking if it's turning or moving because it's irrelevant. I just want each wheel to be doing what it's supposed to be doing. I'm not sure if my brain can handle this today. So this is doing that ramp. And will it... Oh boy. So the way I solved my original accelerate up and decelerate for the move, for those that don't remember, was I'm accelerating from 0. I'm tracking my progress for the total pulses, so I know how many pulses it has to move, and so as I'm going through, I'm doing a like a 0 to 1.0, like a float progress percentage, and then when it gets to the halfway marks, I'm recording it. So so here there's a movement ramp. I'm tracking the speed and the pulse numbers left at the time. And then at the halfway point, I'm playing it back. So I'm dynamically building a ramp, an acceleration ramp up. And then halfway through the pulses, I'm then playing that backwards, which will decelerate. It'll do the same curve, but backwards, so it'll decelerate the other end. That's how I'm doing the speed up and slow down. And that will theoretically also work with the wheels individually, whichever way they're turning. But the way the code's working right now, this was only ever written for translation, as in moving in a direction. Doesn't matter what direction. It could be moving on an angle, it could be strafing sideways, whatever. Actually, no, it won't work strafing sideways. It needs to be moving in a way where all the wheels are moving the same way, right? And for a turn, that's not how it works. A turn, the wheels work opposite directions. So the speed value, so right now with this, I do this on one wheel, basically, and play Well, that's, it's not true. I'm tracking, I'm building a ramp of the speed. Current speed. Hang on, so I do a current, right, that's, could be what it was. I need current speed to be backwards. No, that won't be it. So current speed is being calculated. So the acceleration step. If it's doing a turn, oh man, fun idea, make it torque based. Wouldn't even know how to do that or what that means. Direction required. Just hang on. I'm just going through this in my head. Just hold on one sec. Direction required. I want to try one more thing. Speed. Current equals speed current times no, that is an int. Times direction required. Okay, so I'm going to remove forward direction. And I'm going to use direction required equals by the way, go buy a Whopper, install my firmware, and you control it from Home Assistant. Win. Control what? Control the car via Home Assistant? Cool. I don't know if this will... No. So I'm going to do a turn. -1. That's setting the turn direction there. Direction required equals direction. Oh, right, because move is still... That is right. We don't want to be setting this now. I don't think we want to be setting this now. Let's reverse all of this. This is going to, I can't remember where the last ones are. If I just compile it, just give me the errors I need to fix. And we're going to do a I'm going to do a void set direction. Oops. Direction required equals dir. Yep. Okay, so when we're doing a move, we're going to do a we're going to do a set direction. We don't need that. I'm going to get rid of that one. Okay, so when we're doing a move, we're explicitly setting the direction for the move. And when we're doing rotation, that gets set as part of the rotation, and the update uses whatever's been set on the motor at that time, hopefully. Shit. Hey, please rotate. Oh yeah, baby. Okay, that just rotated 90 degrees. Whoa. Let's see if it rotates the other way, 180. Minus 180. Wow, that was a lot of so that's going to be much easier to clean up now. They're all using the same thing. So this should face towards us. Hopefully. It should turn left and face towards us. Now. Not quite. Okay. I'm going to have to play with that a little bit. I don't know what happened then. It went more than 90. So you've got to remember it's using that ramping system now. And that ramping system might not be... It also doubles as a Wi-Fi jammer. I might not be slicing it properly. Like I don't know. Anyway. Let's see if it can move though. Let's see if I've wrecked the move. It's going to go forward, and I'm going to set the max speed to 15, and I'll make it go. Actually, I'll make it go backwards half a meter, maybe. Let's see if this works. Lag, major lag. Sorry, I don't know why. Anyway. Okay, please go backwards half a meter. Okay, that looked more like a meter. So obviously my pulse counting is wrong, or something's happening. But it's now moving forwards and backwards, and I can rotate. Kind of. I wonder if the rotate thing, maybe it was slipping as it was going too fast. It's possible the wheels were turning too fast. And that's why it didn't get to 180 degrees. I don't know. I feel like this really needs to be cleaned up so much. I feel like I should start clearing stuff. What was that? Update pulses. Update pulses. Like things that aren't being used, I need to get rid of. That would be a good idea, right? Who's stupid all the time? Me? What have I done? We should not talk politics, guys. Just saying. I think talking politics is just a bad idea. So, I don't want to be using set now. Yeah, I read back. We should not be doing that. It's moving. I need to go through so much stuff here and clean it up. Like, look at all these functions I've got. Half of them aren't being used. See, V2, V3, and this is before I split it off into a new thing of whatever, right? Like, oh, man. Half these variables aren't being used now. What a mess. Everyone retracted their messages. It's just safer. Let's because you don't want to get me started. You don't want to get me started. I might have an opinion or 1,000, and so it's just safer if we just keep it a politics-free, a politics and world issue-free place is the safest, I think. Am I not doing a reset when I do a rotate? When I do a turn? Or is that doesn't matter because pulse position, pulse required, pulses left, pulse required, pulses left. Oh, that's also should be off topic as well. Do I need position? Am I even tracking pulse position anymore? Well, that's what I'm using for that. Right, okay. That won't take long. Thanks. Wow, thanks Andy Mouse. Wow, ouch. Why is progress set to 1? I don't know. Let's... What's using set required rotation? Right. Do cool move. Look at all this. Oh man. Do vector 2D angle. Look at all this. Look at all this. Can you look at all this? This is my attempt to get inverse kinematics going. Fuck. Oh man. Look at all this. Oh, look. Oh, wow. Vector 2D stuff. Translate to. Look at all this. Jeez. I put a lot of time into this. Hey, Stefan. I put a lot of time into trying to get all this stuff working, by the way. Like, a lot of time. And then this is a different class. This is my second attempt in the one project. This is Motorola V2. This is before I started like before I implemented vectors. Did I leave that open? Or did I close it? And then... Oh, man. Just looking back at how much time I wasted. And then I've got... Oh, hang on. Right, wait. And then there's this. So this is all commented out now. This is my kinematics version. This is this was real time. So this one wasn't calculate a bunch of things. It's all commented out so it compiles. But this was where it could be called real time. Trying to update every frame step. We need to see the do cool move. No, it won't work. None of that stuff works now. Like, I don't know what would happen if I tried to. And then I tried getting dynamic moving here as well. Wow. Calculate wheel speeds. So this is, I went down the, hey David. I went down the rabbit hole of all the inverse kinematic maths, and I tried to, me and ChatGPT, although I stopped with ChatGPT when it started renaming my functions and variables and forgetting to, like I'll say, can you add this in, and while it added this in, it deleted a whole bunch of other functions. So this was me trying to real-time calculate the wheel speeds based on, so Tanky 2, VX, VY, Amiga, and wheel speeds. So that is, here's Tanky 2, which is the physical construct of the car, including where the wheels are physically positioned. And so all the Amiga and whatever else, that's doing the relative pivot positions for everything. So, God, look at all this. Jesus. Anyway, and it turned out what I wanted to do, I can't do. So to do the real-time movement, I have to have the ability for it to be able to calculate exactly where it is in 3D space. Not by wheel count, not by pulse count, because the pulse count is set per frame based on its actual physical position. So it needs to be able to real-time track its rotation, which I've added the magnetometer, but it needs to be able to track its real-time position, which, you know, something like a car you can do with GPS. Something that's small, you know, you need to be able to do it either, you know, that's what that mouse tracking thing I got, which I don't even know where it is now, or that I tried to do. So I stopped with that because I realized I couldn't do it unless it knew where it was. Unless it physically knew how much it moved, it didn't know how to recalculate the next step. Just need to calculate carpet slip in this case, yeah. So all this ended up being a waste of time. You need to get yourself an M4 Max. Get some real transcoding speed. Anyway. Okay. I have to make a serious commitment to cleaning all this up and getting everything into just one simple project. There's no point. I don't want to keep adding to this. Now that I've got those movements going, I wouldn't mind working out what the why the rotation's not working 180, and that could just be a speed thing. Let's see if we. So we see them get, and strafing. But strafing is a speed. Right, we can get strafing should work. Let's see if strafe will work. Let's do distance. Right, they don't have a speed setting. That's the problem. I need to add a speed setting for turn and strafe. Yeah, I'm sure it is, Johnny. Yeah, the max chips are great. Let me just move this just in case. Okay. Let's see if it'll strafe. What's this unpacking? It keeps doing stuff whenever I try to build. It's doing something. It's downloading some shit. Now it's complaining about errors. Oh, because I commented out some stuff. Probably because I need to get rid of that. Update pulses. Let's comment this out.
Geek says greetings mortals.
Hey, Quixotic Geek! Hello, how are you? Update pulses. Okay.
Geek says long time no see.
Yes, a very long time. I hope you are well. Okay. This will hopefully move a direction, left or right. Hopefully, one of the two. Maybe. Or it won't move at all. That's also a possibility. Oh, now I'm getting... Wow. Drop frames. You're alive. Alive is good. Maybe. Strafe. Distance. Int. Speed. Well, that won't work. We need to move. Where's the...
Geek says don't think of it as not moving, think of it as successfully not crashing.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Right. Strafe won't work because it's not using pulses. So it needs to do like what a rotate does. Or move distance, speed. I mean, a strafe doesn't matter because the... Okay, anyway, ultimately I don't want it to... I don't need a strafe, and the move is just doing a distance. So the plan is there won't be a move or a strafe. There'll just be a... There'll be a translate with a vector. And so if the vector is left, then it'll strafe, right? If the vector is forward, it'll move forward. If the vector's on a 45-degree angle, it'll move on a 45-degree angle. So that's ultimately what I'm going to add. But I'm just trying to get the old code working so I can do that. So, hi Alan. So that's... So that's why with the commands, that's why I was adding this for the movement, right? It'll be a translation, XY for translation. And I could have made a vector 3D and I could have done the rotation. Interesting, XY, Z, XY for translation, and Z. Right, but that's... Right, I need to fix that. I need to make that 3D. Anyway, so many things to do. But, yeah. This is, I don't know how I'm going to, this is not something I'm going to be able to rewrite on stream. Like, I need to rip it all apart. Like, rip everything out and consolidate one new set of code. But notice the robot arm is now a robot. No, the robot arm's still over there, but it's, yeah. I abandoned that project a while ago for reasons. And this is an ongoing, yeah, rovery thing with a custom Omni controller, motor driver board that I've designed, and yeah. Is it going to Mars? No, not going to Mars. It's not going anywhere. Can you not tell? You can go forward and backwards, and sometimes maybe turn. I'm going to start a new clean project. I need to set myself a realistic time frame of doing this, and there's no way I'm going to get done by next week, the stream next week, but I might surprise myself. But just the whole thought of going through all of this and the whole thought of rebuilding this in a working thing is just doing my head in, but I'm going to have to do it. How's the manufacturing still going? I think you just got a stencil printer. No, yeah, it was a CNC. CNC doesn't get a lot of time, unfortunately. Most things I want to do with it just ends up being too complicated, so I don't start. I use it more. I've been using it for making jigs and doing other little bits and things. Melbourne rover. I don't know if it'll ever come back. But yeah, I'm not using the CNC as much. 3D printer gets a lot of work out. The laser cutter, I've been doing a lot of laser cutting recently. So yeah, but and of course just the manufacturing line. It's hard to find things to do on the CNC that don't require 3 or 4 operations and custom soft jaws and stuff. That's the problem. Yeah, so yep, everything else is working. Everything's, yep, works great. It's not busy enough, unfortunately. The line is not being run as often as I'd like. But otherwise, yeah, it's everything's working. Everything's going. I've been a bit absent last few weeks, which I mentioned at the start of the stream. You can go back to the start. I'm not going to go through it again about that. But this is actually my first time streaming again. Was it 3 weeks I took off? I don't know if it was 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I think it was 3 weeks I didn't stream for. So this is my first day back. And I'm doing a terrible job of hacking code. Terrible job. Terrible job.
Alan Madsen says start making cutting boards and sell them in your shop.
Yeah. I don't think they'll sell very well with my target market. It felt like 3 years that I hadn't streamed for. Yeah. What else? Yeah, it's been fairly uneventful here. I've got some things coming, some new things coming to build and play with. So I'm hoping, I've got some PCBs on the way that I will build one next week on stream. If I can make myself wait, they'll be here later in the week. I'll do my best to wait till next Wednesday to build. It's a new PCB that you guys haven't seen before, guys and girls. So it's a second revision. I have a first revision here, which worked, didn't work. Long story. I'm not going to show it to you. So there's that, and my Tiny Watch P8 panels are also on the way, so I'll be able to make Tiny Watches again. The P8 version that uses the new case, and so I'll have those back in stock hopefully soon. Yeah, and some other things to show shortly, but yeah. Your manual P&P print, does that fit the 250 build area? My manual pick and PP. My manual. Oh, the turntable. Yes. It's only 200 wide, I think. Hang on. Yeah, it's only 180 wide. You're talking about this, right? Oh, like that. You're talking about this. Woo! Anyway, yeah, it's 180 wide, so it fits on a 200 by 200 bed if you can print close to the edges. Busy. I've not been busy. I don't feel like I've been busy. I've got a lot of projects that are just dragging on, trying to get myself moving on it. I did install KiCad 9.
Geek
but I haven't
says
even
that's the
opened it.
Badger.
Yeah, that fits. It's 180, so you don't really want it bigger than that anyway. It becomes too big to work on. Although they could have made the center disc wider. Anyway, yeah. Well, I'm going to switch back to here. I will start amalgamating this code. I promise I will. The delay is great. What delay? What? Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else I can talk to you all about. I'm out of practice and I'm, yeah, I feel like nothing. I have a lot of Reflow Master Pros to solder. A lot. So need to through-hole solder all of these. They're all built. They all work. They've all had that soldered on, the barrel jack, but they've all got to have the screw terminals soldered on. They sit here and give me stink eye. Still, through-hole soldering is my least favourite thing to do. The least favourite, by far. And so they sit there giving me stink eye, and I give them stink eye. Because they taunt me. They scream at me, "Finish me!" And I don't want to. Can't be bothered. There's nothing exciting happening down there in the production floor. Yeah. How boring am I? Really? How boring am I? I apologise. I feel like I've just there's nothing been happening. So what's the news with the bamboo stuff? Anyone? Have they decided not to do all their security rubbish thing? Is the community still angry with them? Ooh, I used the Reflow Master Pro on a project. Did you? Cool. And wrote a blog post. Oh, excellent. Wicked. Open in a new window. Ooh. They're still doing most of it. Most of it, they just keeping their mouth shut and hoping it blows over. Oh. partial reverse ferret and beat away the goodwill. I saw about that, the dev mode and land mode, but is that's where it stopped, has it? Stab at something new. Is that, did you make a knife? Is that why the whole stab thing? Is it a stabby? The drill press. What? I'm not reading, I'm just going through, just looking. Okay, so you got fire, you've got, oh, is that melted? What is that? You're actually making a blade. You're making an... Okay, very cool. So you're making stabbies now, are you? Hey Yazzie, good morning. Guess who had no internet when you got here this morning? Been a fun morning. I want to see this. It's a marking knife for woodwork. Okay. And I melt the thermocouple. Whoops. Nice. Okay. I need to read it properly, but I just wanted to look at... Okay. So when you say a marking knife, what's a marking knife used for woodwork? How's Flynn this morning, Yaz? Flynn's sick, everyone. Sorry. We're just going to have a personal conversation here. He's got a cold or something. Green flame is from the boric acid flux, which melts to form the black goop. Yeah, why are you black gooping it? I don't know. I will read it. But what's a marking knife? Like, what do you use a marking knife for? Ah, okay. Okay. It's a very big knife. Well, it looks like a very big knife. Maybe it's... There's no banana for reference, so I don't know. Scobies are meant to work more accurate than a pencil. Okay. Because that looks more like a shiv. You know, something that you'd find in a in a prison. Sorry. Yeah. Huh. Right, it's quite big, quite long. Okay. Yeah, it's a perfect. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, well, folks, I think it was half a disaster. We got something moving. We fixed the direction. It can turn, kind of. But I think rather than trying to hack fixes in, I need to just now say, this is it. I'm going to take this and I'm going to redo the code from scratch, new library, start again, copy the bits in that work, not the bits that aren't needed or don't work or anymore, whatever, and make everything use the pulse counting with the ramping with speed, which movement has but turning doesn't, and make everything work off vectors. That's what I'm going to do. And then make those vectors, or make them commands that, so you make a command, tell it to do something, and it'll check the queue of commands and process them in order. That's what I'm going to do. That's the plan, and I hope to have that done sometime in 2025. Okay, that's the most. That's the most I'm going to commit to right now is sometime in 2025. Is that fair enough? Hey Beata, how you doing? Can you make that for the kids? The car? No, I can't even make it for me. Really, like I can't even. Yeah, enough for the kids. I'm gonna go edit and post 3 new YouTube videos. Okay, have fun, Johnny. No, you need to be more vague. The commitment that is more vague. I don't know. I think sometime in 2025 is pretty vague. I meant the code and them following the code to do what you want. Oh, can I write some code for the kids to make them do what they're supposed to do? Yeah, unlikely. If I could do that, like, you know, we could be trillionaires. Think about it. Every parent in the world would want a copy of that code. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Anyway, busy house cleaning. Okay, well, enjoy. Folks, I'm going to go. Thanks for joining. Yeah, it was first day back on the bike in a while. I'll try to get this all back into a better rhythm for next week. Have a nice week, everyone. Look after yourselves. I'll catch you all next week. Okay, bye.